Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the B stream of course, Slipstream. We are here with Champions Division playoffs. We are in the winners bracket, and we are having Magma Gaming versus Jaegers Esports. Champions Conference 2 winners. In league play, of course, Magma Gaming undefeated against the second place of Champions Conference 1 of Jaegers Esports. 7-2 in Champions Conference 1. So, a big matchup here, of course, in the winners bracket. So both of these teams, of course, qualified for top 4, getting into the winners bracket. And here they are on the B stream, of course, of Slipstream. We currently have 4 streams running on the Slipstream. We, of course, have the main stream. We have the C stream in Rocket Sundays, of course, our partners. And we have the D stream in Ascension, streaming the Ascension Trinity game. But I'm not doing this alone. I'm joined with Mus. Welcome.
Yeah, what's up? Dennis, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you very much. We are having a really good matchup here. Of course, we all see Magma Gaming that is undefeated in the league. So, do you think, we all see, possibly already the winner here, Magma Game. Do you think they are actually able to complete their win streak in ECC? They haven't been defeated all season long. And do you think they can continue that in playoffs and maybe even win playoffs after all?
I mean, Rocket League is a very tough game, and of course, we've seen such amazing reverse sweeps through our divisions 4, 3, and 2. And I think Jaeger Esports find they are second in Conference 1, but I don't think Magma are gonna have it that easy, of course, because we know how competitive and tough Rocket League can be. And of course, they are 9 for 9, so perfect sweep throughout the season. It's going to give them a little bit of an added advantage and maybe some confidence going in. But I definitely think, of course, best of 7, anything can happen. So it's going to be really tough to see. And of course, double elimination as well, Dennis. So even if you do lose, you can drop down to the lower bracket. No problems there. I think it's going to be tough. Magma, sure, they're going in. They're feeling hot and confident. But I think Jaeger Esports, definitely, they're going to show us what they can do. So we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see indeed. Of course, Magma, the only team in the Champions Division that has been undefeated as of yet, of course, in series, and they've only dropped 6 single games over the entirety of 9 series. So, definitely a favorite team here. But on the other side, you can't underestimate Jaegers Esports because they, of course, have qualified for Champions Division playoffs as well, being second place Champions Conference 1. 7-2 is still a great record for them. Just snatching into that upper bracket, actually, they are having a 13 game differential. Well, VSU Gaming have a 12 game differential, and they both have won 7 series. So, that was a really close call for them to qualify for the top 2 spot in the Champions Conference 1 to go into the winners bracket. A huge win there for them. Because, of course, now they're in the winners bracket. They have an extra cushion. Of course, a team that loses here will drop down to the lower bracket. They still have that second life left if they lose here. But, still everything to play for. They really want to go to progress towards, the next round here in the Champions Division playoffs. Of course, that would be the winners bracket round 2, which is the winners bracket final. Which the opponent of that match will be playing is going to be played now on the mainstream between Kawana Academy and Retirement Home. And Retirement Home and Kawana Academy is also just really good teams as well. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to win there, of course, on the mainstream. The winner of that will play against the winner of this matchup in the upper bracket winners bracket final, and of course the winner of that will progress to the grand final of the Champions Division later tonight. So for today we all have Champions Division playoffs matches, and of course tomorrow we have the biggest division of the ECC, which will be the Vortex playoffs. So everything to play for Champions Division playoffs. Yeah, I can't wait to get this thing started.
Yeah, and of course, talking about the Vortex, of course, Dennis, one of these teams as well can get promoted into the Vortex as well. So a lot to play for, a lot on the line, show your mettle and what your team's got. So, hopefully we're going to see one of these teams being able to get themselves a promotion upwards.
Yeah, we're going to see top 2, of course, qualify for the ECC Vortex division. So yeah, we're just gonna see. It's going to be game time. It's going to be Magma Gaming against Jaegers Esports. Of course, here in the ECC Champions Division, the B stream of Slipstream, upper bracket. Well, let's bring it on. Magma Gaming versus Jaegers Esports. An undefeated Magma Gaming. Can they do what they have done in league play? That is just winning every single series. Oh, we have things getting kicked off here. German trying to pop the ball up. Getting taken over there. But Mark trying to make something out of this. Nick's here into the corner. Tries to get again into the middle. Tries to make something out of this. But already early pressure there from Magma Gaming. So, they're having a really good start. But nothing as of rewarding into a goal yet. Jakey now. We have seen him in a couple of earlier seasons already in the ECC. I recognize the name, just like Timothy, but here it is Magma Gaming with an open net. He's going to be popped up, but that is a great save by Cactic. And already earlier pressure from Magma Gaming, but not rewarded into a goal as of yet.
Yeah, just nice kind of slow start so far. Nothing too crazy. One shot there coming out from Magma. It's going to be a shot there coming out from JK. There we go. So that's going to be able to put on Jaegers onto the board, Dennis. Decent play into the midfield. Second man coming up.
Yeah, great play there by Esports. You know, the first shot they've had pretty much, you know, all game as of yet. Magma Gaming had a really good start, but, you know, the pressure didn't really get rewarded into a goal, and there Jaegers Esports is. It's just, you know, a pretty early goal for them, to be honest. You know, it's 1 minute in, already got a first goal of the series. Nick's now going up for it. Not much boost to work with. Mark tries to get again, but it's getting cleared away. Nix pops the ball up off the backboard, but it's getting cleared away, though. It's German. Just pops the ball into the corner, but the Timsy will just easily clear that away. Mark gets bumped away by Timsy. Nix beats Cactic to the ball. All team players really of Magma Gaming in the offensive half. They have a lot of offensive pressure, but every time they can't get past the defenders of Jaegers Esports. Jaegers Esports really, you know, with the one goal they are having, trying to defend their lives here in this game. Number one, of course, of the game of the best of 7. Mark just goes all by himself, trying to drop it to his teammate, but can't quite get it to his teammate as Jakey gets it past one. Not much boost to work with, just drops it down as TMC will just get it away from his opponent. Nix without boost in the corner, double commit there as the ball gets into the middle. Jakey went for that, was third man, so I think the goal is wide open now. Mark will just get it in, it is wide open indeed, and there is the equalizer. A little bit of an overcommit by Jaegers, and Magma will take the benefit out of that.
Yeah, and I mean, Magma at this point only had 2 shots, which is talking about a lot of that offensive pressure. Magma only had the 2 shots versus, of course, the 100% conversion rate coming up from Jaegers at the 1 shot, 1 goal. So there's the equalizer. A lot of time left on this clock, then it's 3 minutes to go with 1 goal apiece. So far, so tight, but, you know, best of 7s, we know how long they can go. Of course, Magma unbeaten. You know, it's kind of all down to Jaeger, really. The ball's in their court to kind of try to perform here, because I think Magma, they're feeling hella confident going into this match, and you know, it's fine. You know, you were trailing early, but of course, you know, they brought it back right now. Oh, very close there from Jakey.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just like you said, you know, we just have to see how this game will fall out. Of course, it is equalized now. We have seen Magma Gaming with, you know, the majority of the offensive pressure, but we have seen Jaegers Esports actually with some chances as well. Just like this, as Cactic will just get a great shot, gets Jaegers Esports again in the lead 2-1, perfectly on half time, and Jaegers Esports in the lead once again.
Yeah, and Cactic having quite a fantastic time, has already got the 252 right now on the board as well, and has taken a goal, a shot, assist, and a save. So definitely a decent playmaker on the side. You have Jaegers Esports doing a lot of work, and that's phenomenal.
Yeah, Cactic, you know, he's been quite active in the offense, I have to say. You know, we have seen Magma Gaming pretty much, you know, having the offensive pressure in this game. You know, when they are having the pressure, they pretty much all push up, just them all 3, which could work really, really well. You can see, you know, teams like BDS do that a lot, you know, trying to keep the offensive pressure by, you know, pushing all the players off field, trying to get that aggressive play style in. And you know, for Magma Gaming, surely it worked out in league play, but the question is it going to work against a team like Jaegers Esports? Of course, they haven't played against Jaegers Esports yet, and Jaegers Esports still 2nd place of Champions Conference 1. So definitely, you can't underestimate them, and will the play style for Magma Gaming that they use in league play, will they benefit that as well here in the playoffs round number 1, of course. 1 minute to go in this game number 1. Jaegers Esports still with a lead. As Cactic then with German. Jakey goes up for it, tried to pre-jump his opponent, but couldn't quite read him. Skekti now, can he get another hit? No, he couldn't, but it's going to be hit by Jakey into the wall, but German, easy clear for him. You know, really, the time is ticking away now for Magma Gaming. They need to get an offense rather sooner than later, because really, they are the ones that need a goal now, and Jaegers Esports, they still have a 1 goal lead in this game number 1.
Yeah, a lot of demos coming out as well there. Demo for a demo as German does take down Cactic. It just looks like Jaegers Esports holding a lot of the possession, trying to muffle out Magma Esports. Now as Nix tries to get the shot on second man, German doesn't manage to get that converted. And now, of course, Jakey throwing the ball downwind. Yeah, so far so good. Like you said, holding the lead. Clock is ticking, and I mean, you know, you can win by a 1 goal differential. That is fine. clumsy kind of defense here at the back from Magma, as Mark's not able to really clear this. Timsy and Cactic were in the space there again. So I mean, yeah, if you're on Magma, maybe stress a little bit, but the goal is just gonna float in from Nick 16.
Yeah, Nick's getting the equalizer here from Magma Gaming, and I did not expect this one. I expected Cactic to just get it, but he just completely whiffed it. JK couldn't recover either in the goal, and that will be, you know, quite an easy equalizer there for Magma Gaming. Not the hardest goal they have scored all season long, but they'll definitely take it. Nick's now trying to maybe get the winner here for Magma Gaming straight after the kickoff, but he can't. Timsy ups it up, a bump there on Mark. That's why he's there in the way. Jakey drops it down, but that will be easily cleared by Mark. 60 seconds to go in this game, number one, until we possibly go to overtime in this game. But now the ball is going to be on the post. That could have been it. Oh, on the other side, it will be in. Complete open net. And Magma Gaming, you know, they win it, but I don't really understand how.
I mean, yeah, Dennis, exactly that. You know, of course, Jaeger Esports completely left the back open. We see Timsy with a very kind of slow defensive rotation there. And just it took one long shot coming from Magma to score that one. And of course, you know, they could have, you know, worked down the clock, forced the overtime. And now, of course, that's going to be now Magma up. Of course, the ball just needs to be killed now by a blue player. And then, you know, that's going to be game one going to Magma. But such an absolute pity because it was really... Oh! Okay, so there we go. Ball hit the floor, and that was J-Key having a last attempt at trying to force the OT, and it didn't happen, Dennis. That's going to be Magma picking up game number one. Long shot, though, at the end, and all three of their players picking up a goal as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's been a very good game from Magma Gaming, and I think, you know, in the end, you know, it was really close. I think for a long time in this game, they were struggling, getting some goals in the net of Jaegers Esports, of course. But in the end, they still managed to do so. And it has been, you know, quite a good game from them. But they just need some time to warm up, maybe. Of course, game number one, always a little bit, you know, struggling to, you know, see how the opponent is going to play, how to play against your opponent. Of course, Magma Gaming, we have seen them, you know, in offense quite a lot and trying to give all that offensive pressure. But sometimes it's not really working, and sometimes you can get caught on the counter-attack. But at the other side, of course, in the last few seconds of the game, we have seen Jaegers Esports actually getting caught on the counter-attack. Out of nowhere, they just got scored on, and that was the decider of the game number one. So we're just going to see here, of course, in game number two, can Jaegers Esports come back, and can they equalize this in the series, or will Magma Gaming go up by 2 in the series?
We're going to have to see, you know, like you said, Jaegers kind of scored on there, kind of unexpectedly, took a long shot, you know, basically 99% of the field got covered with that long shot, and, you know, Jaegers didn't expect it. It was unfortunate, of course. Kudos there to Magma for picking up the first win. Yeah, maybe just kind of defensive rotations. We looked at guys like Timsy and them getting back a little slowly in that first game. So if we can just find that Jaegers can get back, maybe make sure they rotate quickly and they can just force out Magma, then, you know, they can do a lot better there. Of course, they had the lead as well. So, you know, just kind of, if they can starve Magma of the possession and make sure they don't get awkward goals like the last one, then sure, they can win. You know, but kudos to Magma. They did pick up that first W, and of course, played quite well to do so. So we're gonna have to. I think the ball again is in Jaegers' court, and we're gonna have to see, you know, how they do in this game number two.
Yes, no, they're doing pretty well, to be honest. You know, they have some control of the ball. They, you know, they know what to do with the ball. JK now on the wall beats out German really, really well. Tries to get another hit on that, but German take it over. Timsy needs to back off. Still able to get a hit though. This ball now falls into the corner. Cactic takes over off the wall. Cactic now pops the ball up. Nix needs to get it. Not much boost to work with, but still can pop the ball up to one of his teammates, possibly. You know, Timsy is there in the way. As we see Nix getting them a no boost, but yeah, couldn't really do much with it. German now, free shot for him, going for the double tap. Can he get it? No, it will be off the backboard once again. Mark now into the middle, but Jakey will just clear it out to the right side. No follow-up there from one of his teammates. Nix in the corner. German needs to get it. He does indeed. Now he has a lot of time. Can he do something with it? Pops the ball up to his teammate. Great pass forward. Mark misses the ball, and then another wave in defense. And that was a really questionable there. It was a wave there from Mark, and then a wave there in defense as well. You know, Magma Gaming once again capitalizing on a defensive mistake there from Jaegers Esports.
And I mean, what you're going to see here is that Cactic was able to save that goal, and it just, yeah, got past him, and German sat and got the tap on the back of the vehicle. Easy goal there from Magma. But that was unfortunate because, I mean, Jaeger Esports could have kept out the goal, and of course, Cactic just, yeah, bit of a, not the best defending in the world. And unfortunately, yeah, that's going to be putting Magma up by 1. But yeah, you hate to see them, Dennis, because that was a tough one. You know, we know that Jaegers could have kept it out. Oh, and Nyx now picking up the second.
Yeah, that's a great goal there from Nyx, getting the second for Magma Gaming, all by himself as well. A great hit from him, top corners, and TMC couldn't get his goal to it, and that will be two shots for Magma Gaming, 2 goals as well. But one of those shots, of course, didn't go in, as it was, I think, more of an own goal there from Jaegers Esports. But in the end, you know, Magma Gaming up by 2. The accuracy is pretty much there. Jaegers Esports, not much shots from them, but this is the first shot from them in this game. It was a good shot, but German with a great save as well. German this time will just clear the ball away as the ball falls into the middle, but can't be capitalized on by Jaegers Esports. Mark Giver, can he do something with it? Gets a flick as well. I think that was a bumping goal, but Mark will just take it. Gets a third for Magma Gaming, and this game looks a lot more convincing for Magma Gaming.
Yeah, and there we go. J Key not able to get across, and of course the German fighting Cactic in the goal, as you said, Dennis. So Magma showing how they went through the league in such a dominant fashion. Now, of course, already up by 3 with 2.5 minutes left. You know, making game 2 look a little easy. You know, Jaegers kind of caught a little bit on the back foot, either getting kind of bumped in box or not really, you know, getting as much defensive pressure as they would like. And of course, that, you know, doesn't turn into offensive pressure for them. So can you catch up 3 goals at this point? It's a little tough.
I mean, there's still 2 minutes in this game, to be honest. It is still a game of Rocket League. I mean, definitely, it hasn't been the game of Jaegers Esports, and they definitely need to score now. I think if it's going to be 4, then it's going to be game done and dusted. But with 3, it's still possible, you know. But they gotta score really, really soon. They gotta get a momentum going on, and that would possibly help them for next game as well, just getting some goals in. Because of course, you don't want to lose game number 2 with 3 goals, 3 against 0. If you've lost game number 1 as well against the undefeated Magma Gaming, you can see why they're undefeated. They're playing really well. Now, Mark, great save from him. Shaky backflip, can't quite get a hit on it. Now, demo from German on Cactic, but now again, it's Magma Gaming in the office. Oh, that's a fake. Mark, can he finish it? No, he can't finish it. It's going to be saved, but that was just Mark, you know. He's been quite active in the offense as well. Just this fake, beautifully executed. It isn't a goal though. It just shows the class of Magma Gaming.
Yeah, they're doing so exceptionally well. A little bit more pressure now applied here by Jaegers Esports. They're doing so well. Timsy and Cactic up front though. They couldn't get past that blue defense. Cactic pushing it into the corner. Now, they're trying to do so well. It's difficult because, you know, they're throwing bodies here into the blue box and it's just not happening. I mean, Magma are keeping them out. You can already see Nyx trying to push the ball all the way back downfield. And, you know, I feel for these guys on Jaegers Esports because they're trying so hard just to get this ball up front and put it into the back of the box, and Magma just keeping them out the whole entire time. And now Mark Giver slots in the 4th, takes it basically the whole way down the side of the field. Oh, okay, and you mentioned that 4th, Dennis. I mean, this just might be kind of the nail in the coffin here for game 2.
Yeah, you can just see Mark, the class of him. It just shows off a great flick from him, getting it past the defender. You know, it looked like a tight angle, but it's not tight enough for Mark. He can just snatch it into the short post and gets the 4th for Magma Gaming, and that's game done and dusted. Game number 2 going towards Magma. Cactic can get one back, 25 seconds to go, 3 goals still, but you know, Magma Gaming, they've been really, really dominant now. It is Jaegers Esports getting one back. It is a great passing point to build. Timsy getting it into Cactic, but I think it's a little bit too late now.
A little bit too late now. We talk about a consolation goal, so well done here to Jaegers Esports. Cactic there gets the bump at the end and scores a goal as well, consolation goal. But of course, I think, you know, with 20 seconds left on the clock and 3 difference, it's going to be really tough. Still, you know, still a long series, of course, best of 7. So, you know, we could see a lot coming up from Jaegers Esports as well. They will be, you know, losing game 2 here, but I think game 3 and game 4, hopefully we can see them come back. You know, they need to try stop those bumps and damage that we see coming up from Magma in the box. Maybe try convert more of that defensiveness of theirs into offensive pressure. Try get the ball forward. But I mean, Magma are playing so incredibly well. You know, look at these guys. You have 4 shots just coming out from Mark alone.
Yeah, Mark, he has played phenomenal, to be honest, for Magma Gaming. He has played just really, really well. Just, you know, you can see he plays a lot of ones. You can just see when he's having the ball on his car, he really knows what to do. He really knows how to beat the defender to the ball. And, I mean, it is Champions Division playoffs, and you're playing against a really good team, but still he knows really what to do with the ball when he has the ball on his car. Just, you know, a really good flake, or, you know, maybe a fake as well. I've seen him executing a fake really well in the game. So you can just see he played a lot of ones. You know, maybe before this series as well. You know, maybe you want to improve it once, but he's played phenomenal for Magma Gaming. And I mean, Magma Gaming in general, they just show why they are undefeated in league play. Right now, of course, they're 2-0 up in this series, but we have seen some good stuff from Jaegers Esports as well. Definitely the last goal from them, where, you know, they dropped the ball down, and in the end, you know, it rewarded them into a goal. It was 4-1 then, so I think it was a little bit too late. But in this game number 3, if they show more of that, they maybe have a chance. But we have seen Magma Gaming be really on form in this series so far.
Nah, they've definitely been on form. They've been throwing themselves into the defensive position the whole time. Mark Giver doing such a phenomenal job up there. You know, getting fed here by German and Nix. They've been doing so exceptionally well. Nix 16, of course, scoring a couple goals as well. Phenomenal job. And just, yeah, Jaeger Esports being caught on the back foot a lot. Very flat-footed. Not really able to make too much convincing pressure going forward. And it's sad, you know, because second in your division, or at least in your Champions Conference, you know, you did exceptionally well. You, of course, beat a whole ton of other teams. And so there shouldn't be such a tough matchup. But, of course, I think just the skill and kind of, you know, determination coming at you from Magma is just so great to see. Shot there coming from Nick 16, talking about him. It's tough, you know, Jaeger Esports really have to pull the rabbit out the hat for this.
Yeah, definitely. They really have to in this game number 3. Of course, if Magma wins this, of course, they are going into match point. They are going for the clean sweep. And, well, being Jaegers Esports, that's definitely not what you want. It's pretty much, you know, the worst result in, you know, going into playoffs, of course, if you're getting clean swept straight away. I mean, it is a winner's bracket, but it doesn't give too much hope going towards a loser's bracket. So definitely, that's something Jaegers Esports want to avoid here with Mark on the left, but it's going to be blocked by Cactic. Mark again has a lot of boost, but it will be Nix getting into the middle. German can't quite get a hit on him. Mark with a lot of time. You don't have to give so much time to Mark. Going for yet another flake, but it will be saved by Jakey this time. But yet again, Mark with a once play, and he nearly got it again.
Very, very close to Jakey with the beautiful save. You know, we've been singing Mark's praises basically for most of the evening. And, you know, like you said, the once plays are coming in. Cactic should be able to score. So there we go. It's going to be Jaeger Esports 1-up with 2 minutes already elapsed. Good to see them lead in because we need to see a kind of a bit of a morale booster on the side of the Jaegers camp. And Cactic, good game number 1, bit of a more lackluster game number 2, and, you know, game number 3 with the early goal. So hopefully this is going to be Jaegers bringing the series back.
Oh no! Oh,
Jakey!
Jakey! The flip reset and the dunk as well. I thought it would be safe there, but it is really good execute by Jakey. Being saved in the first place, but getting the dunk as well. Well, that's going to be a wake-up call. Jaegers Esports back in this series. Jakey, beautiful goal from him. 3 minutes to go, and Jaegers Esports up by 2.
Exactly, that is, you know, good Rocket League in front of us, and very quick 2 goals coming up from Jaegers. The Magma, now they've got to stress just a little bit because the series, of course, is getting tighter. You know, Nix got schooled there with that flip reset. You just could not save it. Fantastic goal coming out there from Jakey. And up by 2, but of course you can't sing their praises just yet. As we know, you know, there's a hell of a lot of time left to score goals, especially in a game like Rocket League. So 2.5 left. You know, you can put 3 in quite easily if you are Magma, so we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, definitely being able, you know, being Magma, you are able to make those 3. Nix now with a demo. Mark with yet another flake, tries to get past the second one. Somehow he gets it again. Cactic blocks it up. German in the corner, getting blocked by Cactic. I see Jakey getting beat by Nix. Tims, he needs to get it on the backboard. He's the last man. He does indeed. German trying to get the ball into the middle. Cactic clears it away. Well, not really clearing it away, just popping the ball up. Mark onto the backboard. Jakey tries to take control of that. No really there from Magma challenging. Now Nix a little bit late with the challenge, getting beat by Jakey. Jakey with a Fennec. You can just see how good those 50s are from that card. Tims now going for the shot, but that should be easily saved. Is controlled easily by Nix. But really, the time is ticking out for Magma Gaming. They want to take this game number 3 to go into match point, but as of yet, it's really been Jaegers' game.
It's definitely been Jaegers' game. It kind of, I mean, at least on the goal front. Oh, long shot, Cactus gonna keep it out. But though Magma have been stopping the kind of forward move in play coming up from Jaegers, because they're always getting blocked out either by German, either by Nyx. So, you know, they can never make pox. Even now, like you see Nyx 16, just, you know, absolutely blocking the kind of forward movement here from Jaegers. So yes, on the scoreline, they're holding 2-0. But, you know, Magma are not even allowing these guys to get into the back kind of 2/3. Shot. Okay, so Timsy might just be closing out game 3 with that goal.
Yeah, you know, Magma Gaming giving a lot of space there for the Jaegers Esports offender. And it's going to be, you know, Timsy with not the hardest shot of his life. It's just, you know, Magma Gaming, no one really there in goal. And so much time for Timsy as well to take that shot. And with 56 seconds to go, a 3-goal lead for Jaegers. And then, you know, it's the biggest lead they've had so far, of course, in this series. So they will be really happy with that. And that maybe is a morale booster, which they really needed. Jakey now for the fourth. Oh, that's a great save by German to prevent that fourth goal from Jaegers Esports. Maybe keep Magma Gaming alive. Maybe they can still win it, but I don't think so. 30 seconds, they pretty much need 3 kickoff goals from now. Well, a goal now and 2 kickoff goals then, but you know, that's going to be extremely hard in a game like this. Of course, threes is not too easy to score those kickoff goals. Mark trying to get the ball away. They need a goal, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. It looks like they're just, you know, struggling to get the ball out of their hole. Timsy with the ball to the right side. His ball gets popped up. Nyx pops the ball to his own back wall. I think really they just want to end this game. Both teams want to end this game. This ball now falls off the post, off the other post. Timsy now with the shot, getting saved by Nyx. And that really has been the story of this game. Jaegers Esports firing a lot of shots. And that's really another story than we've seen in the last few games.
Yeah, now Jaegers Esports, well-deserved win. You know, we've waited 2 games to kind of see them pick up the momentum. You know, fantastic game here. Jakey, Cactic, and Timsy each scoring a goal. 6 shots they're coming up from Jakey. You know, almost more than the whole side of Magma. They, of course, picked up the 7. But, you know, this is what we've been waiting for. Game number 3, you know, games 1 and 2 going both to Magma Gaming. Fine, we know they're unbeaten. But Jaegers, they played so incredibly well. Yes, a lot of their kind of passing play and, you know, drive forward was getting blocked out by Magma. They did exceptionally well to do so. But, you know, and like you said at the end there, a bit of a open goal that Magma left open for Timsy to put in. And now the series is really heating up, Dennis, because of course now we're looking at 2-1 in the series. So
yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, you know, of course, you know, Magma, they're still 1 game up. But yeah, we just have to see how, you know, Jaegers Esports is taking this game. You know, of course, they won last game, and it's just going to be the question if they can, you know, continue with the momentum they're having now. Jaegers Esports, a really convincing game number 3 for them after, you know, 2 games going to Magma Gaming. I thought, you know, Magma Gaming, they'll be taking this game number 3 as well, but here they are, you know, game number 4. They just lost at game number 3 with a quite convincing fashion, actually. But now it is Mark once again trying to get yet another goal. This time it will be defended. That's already some early pressure there from Magma Gaming.
Yeah, if you can kind of take a page out of the playbook, you know, of Magma, get a bit more bumps and demos. If you are Jaegers, you know, guys like Mark Giver, you got to make sure that they're not in the box and playing, you know, the offensive striking game. Then you can do well. I mean, talking about Mark Giver, look at that shot close. Nyx 16 picks it up. So we need Jaegers somehow, Dennis, need to close down this Mark Giver. Make sure they get the bump, get the demo. Just make sure there are no passes towards them, because there it is, the playmaker, the shot, and of course Nyx picking up on the end of that. But yeah, it's just too good.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just been Mark every time, you know, forcing something in offense, and this time it's that rewarded him into a goal, but this time it will be Nyx, you know, taking the goal on his name. But Mark, again, you know, he's been the creator of that offense, and that's really, you know, he just shows that, you know, he probably is a stand-up player for Magma Gaming, the undefeated Magma Gaming. And here is German. It's not Mark involved in his offense, but it does not matter. Magma Gaming getting 2 goals in, you know, probably like 20 seconds, and that has to do it for Jaegers, because they had such a good game number 3. But here in game number 4, Magma Gaming the way they did in game number 1 and game number 2, and that's just scoring a lot of goals.
Yeah, Magma Gaming coming out absolutely firing. They want to win the series. You know, they said fight game 3, go to Jaegers Esports. We're not too worried because they've come out with blistering pace in this game 4 and already 2 goals on the board coming out from German and Nix. And Nix kind of paying back that assist as he does pass it out to German. German with a fantastic goal. Jaegers Esports now obviously on the back foot, Dennis, and they need to try duplicate what they did in that game 3, but Magma, they're not allowing them.
Timsy trying to go for something really squeaky, but can't quite get it onto the target though, as we see still Magma Gaming with a 2-goal lead. Timsy just clears it out, but it's probably going to go back with the same speed as Timsy to shut it. Well, Jakey is there to keep on the offense going, but Cactic here, clean shot for him, but German just in time to block a shot from him. Timsy, a lot of time, but has no boost to work with, just drops the ball down, and Nix can easily take over the possession. And really, that's something Jaegers Esports they need to work on. Oh, that's a free open. Timsy, can he get it in? He can, and that will be the first for Jaegers Esports in this game number 4. And I was talking that they just need to create some more offense, try to create something with the possession they're having, and finally they did so. A big overcommit there from Magma Gaming. We have seen it multiple times already, but here at Jaegers Esports they can benefit from that.
Yeah, it's kind of very sadly that Magma Gaming had a double commit there on Cactic, so of course no one was back when the goal was scored from Timsy. So of course, you know, if you want to double commit like that and go for one offender with 2 defenders, then you leave yourself a little wanting there at the back. And of course, Timsy with a beautiful goal. Of course, you know, the 1 goal difference now separating both of these teams. So, you know, is this kind of Jaegers Esports slowly clawing their way back in game 4? We're going to have to see. A lot of time left, 2.5 minutes. I mean, if Magma, though, I mean, quick rebuttal coming out from them. German picking up his second.
Yeah, it's just, you know, double commit there from the defenders for Jaegers Esports. It's just, you know, it gives so much space to Magma Gaming. Just a little mistake, and you can't really make those mistakes against a team like Magma Gaming. You know, you will just get punished for it. No one going for the kickoff from Jaegers Esports. I don't know if that was intentional, but Mark will get the ball into the middle. Nix pops the ball up, but Mark has no boost anymore. Fakes the challenge, but can't get it with his backflip after. Now, Tim's, oh, what a shot that is. Gets one back again. Jaegers Esports again losing by just 1 goal, bringing the score back to only 1 goal. And Magma Gaming still up by 3-2, but you know, Jaegers Esports, you know, they show that they can actually make something with their offenses. 2 goals from Timsy, and Timsy really has been standing up for Jaegers Esports in this game number 4.
Yeah, deja vu. There's Timsy scores from the same side into the same place, picks up a second, and that's beautiful. So, you know, we got the 1 goal difference separate in both these teams, and hopefully, you know, it's going to be Jaegers Esports bringing up a third and maybe forcing that overtime in this game 4. You know, we obviously want this series to go the distance. That was almost Jay Key scoring a goal. Beautiful save there coming up from German. Jaegers Esports definitely picked up their momentum in the last 45 seconds. And now Magma Gaming got to stress just a little bit, you know, hopefully can avoid those double commits, make sure they're not kind of leaving the back open for Orange. But yeah, Jaegers doing so well, and now Timsy having the absolute game of his life at this moment.
Yeah, he's having a good game, but you know, he can't do it all alone. They're still losing by 1 goal. And of course, if Magma wins this, they're going into match point. And you know, we see teams, Timsy, if he had a little bit more boost, he could have maybe redirected that, but he just ran out of boost at the last moment. Then we saw a shot coming in from his teammate, but that one wasn't going to be in either. So yeah, now 3-2 still for Magma Gaming, and you know, they're really struggling. They really want that 3rd goal. They really want the equalizer. I think, you know, we are seeing a lot of pressure from them, and you know, I think we are seeing them actually being the better side for the last minute, but they just can't get the ball into the target. Next now with the half flip, German tries to take it over, but getting blocked by his opposition. Mark, oh, that's not the best hit. Now Cactic with the shot, tries to get it in, top corners, and it will be the equalizer. And you know, I've said this already, you know, we were just waiting for the equalizer. Mark, not the best hit. Cactic, great shot from him, 45 seconds to go, and it is the equalizer. Jaegers Esports back in this game number 4.
Dennis, you said enough. I mean, Mark Giver with a very unfortunate touch, and of course that's allowed. Timsy, oh, almost picked up the 4th there. Yeah, and that just allowed, of course, Jaegers to get the equalizer. So, you know, you can't have this very unfortunate touches where it just very softly rolls off the roof like we saw this. So 3 apiece with half a minute left. it's absolutely ramping up the excitement of the series.
Yeah, definitely. Now we see Magma trying to go for the decide in this game number 4. It's of course, a huge game for both teams. Of course, if Magma wins this, it will be them in match point and them, having a 2-game lead again. But if Jaeger wins this, of course, it's all equalized in this series. So, a huge game in this series. It looks like it's going to be overtime unless Magma can make something out of this offense. Going to be jobbed here. Well, Cactic keeps it up, actually. Now it's going to be jobbed. It's going to be a game number 4 overtime. Jaegers Esports, of course, coming back really well from being down by 2 goals. 3-1 down, now it's 3-0, and really good coming from them. Mark now in the corner, tries to get a ball out. We see Timsy, we've seen him a lot in this game. Can he get an assist? Now he does. Cactic can get it in. And this series so equalized 2 each, and Jaegers Esports complete the comeback in this game number 4.
Oh, and German and Mark both not able to get across that goal. So Jaegers Esports picking up game number 4, equalizing our series 2 games apiece. Dennis, they started off a little slow, but this is now Jaegers Esports absolutely coming for Magma, and of course trying to extend their lead in the winners bracket. So phenomenal game from them.
Yeah, very good game from them. Very good comeback, very good mentality as well. Being 2 goals down against a team like Magma, you might, drop your heads, but definitely Jaegers Esports, they did not do that. They created a lot of pressure after being 2 goals down, and it rewarded them into this win, bringing this series to an overtime. Of course, scoring in the last 23 seconds to equalize, and then in the end winning the overtime as well. So yeah, great work by Jaegers Esports. Mark will probably smash his head against his desk. Of course, the hit he had to get the ball into the middle. Yeah, I mean, that's just really unfortunate for him. Probably lost the game because of that. If he didn't do that hit, probably they would have just won that game with just 1 goal lead. But this time, it will be Jaegers Esports taking the overtime and equalizing in this series. And, I've said Magma Gaming, they can't underestimate Jaegers. You are 2 games up, sure, but you haven't won this series yet, and this shows Jaegers Esports coming back in this series, going into game number 5. It's going to be the match for match point, of course. The team that wins here will be going into match point for next game, so it's going to be a huge game here in game number 5.
Yeah, and I think kind of on the back of Timsy in that last game, they played so exceptionally well. Of course, Cactic, fine, did pick up the 2 goals at the end of the day, but Timsy, just made sure that they had a good foundation to win that game 4. And of course, Jaegers now, of course, with a decent overtime win there, now forcing the game 5. But yeah, so Timsy, definitely good old MVP there in my eyes, with the 2 decent left-hand side goals. And of course, Jaeger, they get to fight to stay in the upper bracket. Of course, Magma Gaming as well, they definitely want to stay in this upper bracket as well, because it's a decent run. You've got that double elimination protection. So we're gonna see what happens here in game 5. Dennis, I think both these teams are gonna be absolutely fighting for their lives at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both teams, they have warmed up. They've had enough warm up. They know from each other how they're playing. And in this game number 5, it is a huge one. Definitely when it's all equalized. Both teams are on the same level. We have seen that in this series. But there's going to be a free shot there for next. Can he get a double? No, it's a little bit too high for him. But there will be a whiff there from the defender of Jaegers. And Mark will just be there, like always. Just a little car switch. Went from the Dominus to the Fennec. Jakey with the wave. Mark gets it into the open net then. And it will be the opening goal for Magma Gaming.
Yeah, and Mark, I think we've been talking so much about this play, and of course, picking up the first goal of this very important match is, very characteristic of Mark Giver. So kudos there. Long shot coming in from Timsy. Whew, German with a decent save. Yeah, Magma Gaming have had phenomenal saves. They're so strong in the back.
Yeah, very strong there in the back. But, Jaegers Esports, they need to score, of course, in this game. But they have plenty of time, 3.5 minutes. Mark now trying to keep the pressure for Magma Gaming towards the side of Jaegers Esports. German pops the ball down. A double commit coming out from the Magma Gaming offenders. Jakey now a little bit of time to work with, pops the ball into the middle. Trying to get the ball again. Picks up the boost, but that's a little bit high as a big clear there by Nix. Will be just straight in. It's going to be straight in. Nix from his own backboard. 3 minutes to go, and he will get Magma on 2. But I did not expect that coming out there.
Nick 16 is like, wow, he is so incredibly lucky with such a long field goal. And of course, no one from the side of Jaegers Esports saw that coming. So fantastic second goal picked up there by Nix. And yeah, Magma having such a fantastic time because like I said, Dennis, you didn't expect such a wonderful long goal there to be scored. So, whew. Yeah, you got to watch out for those. Sometimes they just sneak in on you. And of course, like game one as well, you saw Magma with a long shot as well. So yeah, decent coming out from them. They're taking all the shots they can get at this point.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And again, I think last game we have seen Jaegers also with a losing with 2 goals. Oh, Timsy is going to. Oh, Timsy gets a double tap. That is a really, really clean goal. We have seen some beautiful goals today already in this series, but this is one to mark as well. Timsy will just get a double tap, and that one is really, really clean from him.
Yeah, beautiful aerial control coming up from Timsy, able to beat 2 defenders as well. So beautiful, beautiful play. And just, yeah, German, who's usually super solid in the back of the net, got beaten along with Nix. So yeah, Timsy and playing from the left-hand side as well. So maybe a preferred side, we'll have to see. If this team goes on a lot further, then we'll have to keep watching. But J-Key picking up that equalizer.
Oh my. Jaegers Esports, they are popping now. First a double tap from Timsy. This time Timsy is not involved in the offense, but Cactic with the pass to Jakey. Then Jakey just booms it onto net. And that is, the beautiful, play. Whether a 2's played and a 3's plays here, but beautifully executed by the 2 players of Jaegers Esports, beating the defender with a beautiful passing play, equalizing in this game number 5, of course 2-0 it is as well in this series. But really, it has been really Jaegers Esports coming back every time when Magma are in the lead. Cacting now, can he complete another double tap? No, he can't. It's just going to be dropped down Timsy now. It really looks like they found the motivation, they found the mental boost here. That was, Timsy going for the ball, probably should have left it for Jakey though. A little bit of a communication error. Jakey pops the ball towards Mark. Mark just controls it, tries to get a 50 against Jakey. German, Terry booster work. Can he get a dunk? No, Cactic will just clear it away. It's Timsy will get another clear. Cactic on the side will try to get a shot in, but it will be just cleared. Well, popped up rather by Mark. And that's really dangerous there in front of his own goal, but it's going to be ending well for Magma Gaming. But really, this game has been really, really close. Magma Gaming with 2 early goals, but then Jaegers Esports coming back really, really well in this game. Just like last game, a really good comeback from Jaegers Esports. But the question is this time, can they complete the comeback and can they win this game as well?
There's just such fantastic passes between the side of Jaegers Esports, where the Cactic is finding Timsy or Jakey, but of course German scoring there. So, oh, tough. Picked up the demo at the end as well. Mark tried with the bump. German slotted in, got past Jakey. So, no, fire still left in Magma, even though Jaegers Esports are having such a great game 5. Magma don't want to be counted out of this.
Yeah, no, definitely not. For Jaegers Esports, they still have 1 minute to, possibly make the 3rd goal and possibly send this game to an overtime, but they can't get scored on now. Cacting now towards Jakey. Jakey, it's a free shot. It's going to be open, looks like. And that's, again, a great play by Jaegers. They can just find each other so well. I haven't really seen it from Magma Gaming, but the passing plays between the Jaegers Esports players shows off here in this game number 5, definitely.
Yeah, I have to commend Cactic on these beautiful passes. He's finding his team all over on the side of the map. It doesn't matter if it's Timsy or Jake. He's just getting them clinical passes, making the connection, and picking up the assist because it resulted in 2 goals now. And there we go. There's the equalizer for Jaegers Esports in this game 5. And so Cactic having just such a decent time feeding his team and making sure that ball just moves forward.
Yeah, well, 20 seconds to go, and again, we are approaching an overtime in this game number 5. Just like in game number 4, we saw an overtime coming yet again here. Passing play from Jaegers Esports, this time not going to be into the goal, but the same scoreline as last game, 3 each. And we saw Jaegers Esports also scoring that 3 or scoring the equalizer. A little bit the same game as last game, where Jaegers Esports really had to fight back to get to this overtime. And last game, they've won it, but here in this game number 5 overtime, it's going to be huge, of course, to get the goal to get themselves into match point for both teams, of course. 2-0 in the series, in the best of 7 series. Nix now going for the shot, but it's going to be wide, cleared anyways by Timsy. Cactic tries to get it past his opponent, gets it past the opponent. Nyx now alone in goal, gets it over Cactic, can't get it past Timsy. Does Timsy, goes up for that, but will be cleared by German. Jakey now can't quite get a good hit. Read it to the back instead of to the front. Oh, the ball's going out to the backboard of... Oh, that's going to be a whiff by Timsy. Can't get saved either way, and Nyx will conclude this game number 5 by a defensive mistake by Jaegers. And you hate to see that. A great comeback from Jaegers. In the end, this game 5 will end like this.
Timsy not able just to get that ball into the backboard to push it out, and of course there's some Magma picking up that overtime win, of course, like Jaegers did in the previous game. Yeah, difficult to watch. You know, Jaegers Esports definitely, I feel like, you know, I want to be sitting in their camp because they're playing so exceptionally well, you know, against this kind of very undefeated team that is Magma. But now, of course, there we go. So overtime games are 1-1 apiece. Of course, Jaegers now and Magma picking up an OT game each. Nyx 16 doing exceptionally well there. Of course, you know, Timsy not able to push out that ball, Dennis. So the series goes on, and you know, there's a potential series point for Magma, or you know, are we going to see Jaegers forcing us all the way to the end?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, it's really been, you know, Jaegers Esports, they're the most creative with their offenses and, you know, with the shots they're creating. I mean, we have seen the passing plays, we have seen the double tap attempts, and, you know, at the other side, you have Mark in Magma Gaming side. But really, Jaegers Esports are more like a team for me, but they just make those defensive mistakes in the earlier games already, in game 1 and game number 2, but also in game number 5, of course, in OT, where it seems they just missed that ball. I think in the earlier games, we've seen Jakey missing a really vital ball he should have hit, and really, that's just a little bit, you know, the defensive mistakes from them. But, you know, it's just a little bit unfortunate. If they would have made them, definitely they would have been a much stronger side than they are now. They're definitely a strong side in offense, but defense, there's still a lot of work to do for them. Just, you know, those little mistakes, they should be getting it out of their play. But, you know, it's just really hard to, you know, not making them. Mark now trying to get a double after they just got dropped down from the back wall, but Magma already trying to get the first goal. Of course, match point demo from German on Timsy. Timsy just spawned back with Cactic, now able to clear the ball out as of yet. But German tries to keep the offense going. Early pressure again from Magma Gaming, trying to conclude this series and try to stay alive in the winners bracket.
Yeah, pity there wasn't a second player up there for Magma with the block in the demo, because of course it would have been a nice free near to score. So need a little bit more urgency going forward for a second player from Magma. So of course keeping our scoreline 0-0 for now as we do get past that first minute mark. And yeah, Jaegers Esports, everything to play for, and of course Magma Esports definitely looking for this win and keeping their dreams alive, of course, in the upper bracket. So we're gonna see what happens. Oh yeah, definitely want to see Jaegers pushing this ball a lot more for it being more convincing. Like you said, just mistakes here and there that are very small but costing them greatly, whether it's something defensive, you know, or whether they're just kind of not really getting ball to touch, more whiffs. Do need to clean those up a bit.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, against a team like Magma Gaming, you can't afford those mistakes. And well, right now, of course, it is goalless. We have seen, you know, Jaeger, you know, struggling in the first minute, but now it looks like they're kind of fighting back. They're kind of getting into the half of Magma Gaming. But on the other side, will be Mark, will else than Mark, scoring the first goal for Magma Gaming. And now really the alarm bells are going to ring. Jaegers Esports down by 1 goal, of course, down in the series as well.
Yeah, and like you said, who else but Mark Giver, scoring goal after goal after goal in this series, and you know, making sure that Magma get carried. They, you know, maybe get carried by Mark, but definitely German and Nyx doing a hell of a lot of work as well. And of course, they're just weak defense again coming up from Jaegers Esports. Cactic very far forward. Oh, and now it's going to be Nyx 16. So of course, you know, let's not give all the praise to Mark. Nyx from the side of the field.
Yeah, that was a great goal from him, beating all the defenders, and in the end, Timsy couldn't get a hit on it also. And 2 minutes 54 for Jaegers Esports to come back, and of course, they're down by 1 game. And of course, it is match point for Magma Gaming, so they're on a really good cushion right now. 2 goals up, and of course, also in match point to go to the winners bracket final. But that is a great team play by Jaegers Esports. A demo from Cactic on Nyx. In the end, Timsy with the shot. And well, that's beautifully executed there. Cactic with the pass to Timsy, and Cactic with the demo as well. Great work by Cactic, and Jaegers Esports fighting back in this game number 6.
Yeah, and it's just again, Cactic is able to make such great passes, finds his teammates on the field, and of course, feeding such decent ball. So Timsy, just had a finish with Cactic fed to you, which was perfect. And now, of course, Jaegers, can they get it in again? J-Key! Beautiful, so there's a very, very, very quick equalizer, Dennis. Of course, look at this back from Cactic again, who set it up and just had to give J-Key a nice little touch from the top.
Yeah, I don't know how many times this has happened already. That Jaegers are 2 goals down, and they just come back. Usually, you see coming back from 2 goals. It's quite hard. It's quite struggling. But Jaegers Esports have done it so many times already in this series against Magma game. I think now 3 games in a row they've done that. Of course, last game they couldn't win it in the end, but this time it's equalized once again. And yeah, they've done just really, really well. Coming back against a team like Magma Gaming, in a fashion, like the goals they made were pretty good as well. Definitely the first goal they've made, the team play, one going for the demo, one going for the shot. That's just, beautifully executed. And maybe that's the way you have to win against this Magma Gaming side. Cactic now tries to get the ball over one. German tries to clear the ball away. Mark waiting there onto the backboard, trying to find his teammate. German was there, but Jakey clears it away off to the backboard. Nix tries to clear it away. Mark now has control of the ball. Cactic into the middle. Timsy gets demoed. Cactic in the corner, but no boost to work with. Picks up the 100 boost, but not in position now. Gets the back pass to Jakey. Jakey up to the backboard, but no one there to follow. Cactic now tries to get a 50 against Nix. Waits the 50, but Mark is there to follow it up. As Timsy now gets a shot going to be in. And Jaegers Esports out of nowhere. And they are in the lead now, going for a game number 7.
Yeah, I'm not even surprised to see who was up front there other than Cactic. And Cactic feeding again Timsy a fantastic ball to score a goal. And there we go. So now we actually have Jaegers Esports with the 1-goal lead, which is phenomenal because, they've always kind of been playing off on the back foot. Cactic. Dennis, I need to start becoming the biggest Cactic fan after this because, of course, assist after assist, he knows how to also move the ball forward, and there's a goal for him.
Yeah, and that second touch, lovely second touch to be honest. Getting the touch past the defender. I think no one in the field expected that touch except of Cactic. Is he gonna do the double tap? And now it's gonna be cleared by Nick. Stimson now with the shot. It is on target, but now 2 goals down for Magma Game. There were 2 goals up, there were 2-0 up. And now that they are 4-2 down. A great comeback yet again. It's really been the story of this series by Jaegers Esports. Timsy now going for the shot, going for the double. It is clean. It is going to be a double tap for Timsy. You can't give him so much space. But you see Timsy going up for that, it's going to be a goal.
Well, beautiful double touch there coming up from Timsy. And of course now Jaegers Esports absolutely bringing the heat to Magma Gaming, up by 3, Dennis, with less than a minute left to go. I do not think Magma are going to be able to bring this back. Very tough 3 goals to score, and Jaegers Esports seem to have absolutely brought the absolute heat today. And of course, it is going to be a Cactic assist out to Timsy. Both of these players, Dennis, are finding each other on the field all day, every day. They're doing so incredibly well, and this game. There's fire between these 2 players, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Cactus POV, I would have expected him going for a block, going for a 50, but nonetheless, he just goes for that assist, getting the ball into the middle, going for his 5th assist of the game already. You don't see that too often in Rocket League, and definitely not in a game number 6, definitely not against an unbeaten team like Magma Gaming. And, that's just beautifully executed. Cactic yet again going for another assist, really the playmaker of Jaegers Esports. Timsy scoring a lot of goals, Cactic making a lot of assists, really, they're just always there when they need to be. Jakey now going for the shot, going to be cleared, going to be safe, but I think we can just make ourselves up for Champions League. I think we can make ourselves up for game number 7, because that game number 7 is going to be huge. Of course, which team is going to stay alive in, of course, this series? Which team is going to be alive in the winners bracket? Which team will be jumping down to the loser bracket? It all comes down to game number 7, and it's going to be a huge one. Magma Gaming, of course, had a 2-game lead And of course, Jaegers Esports, they came back with 2 games. The Magma Gaming won the other one. Jaegers won this one. And now we are having a game number 7. It's going to be a really, really exciting conclusion of this series.
Oh, just looking at that replay right now, Dennis, just a pass infield from Cactic to Timsy. Both these players have absolutely been firing off. I think in this game 7, if we can see decent play again between Cactic and Timsy, and a few more bumps and demos onto Magma players, keeping Mark and Nix out of goal shooting range, then we are going to see Jaegers Esports going through to the next upper bracket game, because they played exceptionally well in this game. Cactic and Timsy did so good. Like you said, 5 assists. We didn't see 5 assists too often. 5 shots coming up from Timsy as well. So absolute complete 180 coming out now from Jaegers Esports, and they just decimated that game 6. Magma just were not in it.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But really, the quality of Jaegers Esports just showed in that game. Cactic with so many infield passes, and then Timsy so clinical in front of the goal as well. This shows the offensive class of Jaegers Esports. Shows why they were, of course, 2nd place in their conference. Only Kawana Academy being 1 place higher than them. And, well, they just played incredibly well, but they just need this 1 game to play well, of course, against this Magma Gaming side, to be the first team this season to beat Magma Gaming in a series. And, well, they really have the class to do so, but they just gotta do what they did last game. And, of course, Magma Gaming, we have seen what they can do as well with of course, Mark, the one-to-main, I could say, the player that, can beat all defenders. Timsy now getting beat by Mark as well. Mark still controlling the ball, can't get it past Cactic. Cactic in the way of that. Oh, that's not the best. They're going to be in the center, but Jakey can just clear it out. And, a little bit of a slower start here, but probably both teams want to take a little bit of a rest after that last game.
What a last game we got to witness. It was fantastic. Of course, now everything to play if you are Magma, because I think you've got a bit of a reputation coming out of the league, as you did so incredibly well. But Jaegers Esports just, oh man, they're absolutely putting the foot down and playing pedal to the metal right now. And, like you said, slow start, definitely back and forth play. Everyone's very hungry for the ball, definitely some 50-50% when it comes to possession, as both these teams seem to just be sending the ball kind of downfield when they're holding on to it. Timsy very close there with the shot kept up by German, but first goal to score here, Dennis, might just be the winner if we do see such kind of a strong outfit from both of these teams. So maybe 1 goal to clinch the 7th game.
Yeah, well, not many shots in this game. A little bit of a slower game in this game number 7. Both teams really, being passive, being a little bit more cautious in this game number 7, which you usually see. Of course, both teams know that this is the last game of the series. Both teams know that if you lose this game, you're going to the losers bracket, playing either Ascension Trinity or VCU Gaming. But the winner of this game will go to the winners bracket final, playing retirement, and we've just won with 4-1. It's Kawana Academy, the winners of their division, top of their division, and they just got 4-1 by retirement home. So, well, that's quite of an upset if you ask me. But now here, German, poor Magma Gaming tries to get past 1. Nix now, not much boost to work with, just pops it up, but they will be cleared by Cactic. Cactic upfield, but Mark will just there. Yet another cartridge. He's been in the Dominus, in the Fennec, and this time in the Octane. So many cartridges from him. Now we see Jakey pushing the ball upfield. German, not much boost to work with. Stays close to the ball. Gets the ball past 1, but Cactic can take over. Nix pushing the ball upfield, pops it up. Jakey now gets it towards the corner, but Mark again just really easily can just take over possession. Really, it's really been this game 7 just getting 1 hit on the ball, but those hits aren't quite accurate. Maybe we can see an accurate hit now from Magma Gaming, but again, it's just not good enough. And really, Jaegers Esports, they need to control the ball a lot more, because every time they just get a hit, but it's straight towards the opposition.
Yeah, no one able to hold the position long enough to do more than what they need with it, because both these teams just fiddling around with the possession. It goes to Magma, then it goes back to Jaegers Esports. Now, the 2-1, might we get it? Oh, very close for Mark, give it a put that in. Oh, and Magma absolutely not finishing as strongly as they could have there. Mark, who we've sung the praises for 7 games or 6 games, should have been able to put that into the bottom left corner. Got kept up by a post.
Yeah,
Sad.
Slimsy there could recover really well to get the ball out. But really, Magma, they're playing so structured, much more structured than in the last few games. Jaegers Esports have so much trouble to get past the defenders of Magma Gaming, even coming on their half. Now, finally, they can create some pressure, but again, it's just getting cleared away by Mark. And yet again, they have to start all the way from the beginning. Jakey on the wall. German in the corner has quite a lot of boost to work with. Maybe Mark now can go for the first goal of Game 7. Nick's now with the shot. 30 seconds to go. And that might be the decider of this series. Magma up by 1.
Yeah, when your first goal, Dennis, comes after such a long time. Nick 16 though just finds the mistake in the Jaegers Esports defense. Finally comes off that second touch, and maybe I end up incorrect. Is it going to be a 1-goal win that gets someone through Game 7? 4.5 minutes to get to this point, and it was so incredibly fierce. Demo on J Key. This was a great series to watch, Dennis. Of course, between both this, can there be a second? Close.
Well, they still have a little bit of time. Possibly the last offense of Jaegers Esports until they will be smacked towards the lower bracket. This is going to be the second. Magma Gaming will be crowning themselves as winners of this series. Winning in Game 7, they continue their unbeaten streak. And they beat Jaegers Esports in game number 7. This second goal will conclude it. And Jaegers Esports, they pretty much had nothing to bring in this whole game. Completely deserved by Magma Gaming. They had such a convincing win in game number 6. They played so well, but none of that we could have seen here in this game number 7. As we now see them, I'm not getting job is going to stay up for a little bit, but definitely Magma Gaming, they'll be really happy. It was a little bit scary. They nearly lost the very first series of the ECC in the season, but well, they keep on their unbeaten streak. They will be facing retirement home in the next game. They will be facing retirement home in the winners bracket final. And one of those two teams will be going towards the Champions Division Grand Final. But for now, it will be Magma Gaming, winning this game, and Jaegers Esports dropping down towards the lower bracket, facing either Ascension Trinity or V2 Gaming. I know for a fact that they're in the game number 7 as well right now. You could see it on the Ascension stream if you want to see that game number 7. But this game number 7 has been won by Magma Gaming. They will be going towards the next round, and it has been a really good series to watch.
Yeah, and whoever's going to be facing Jaegers Esports in that lower bracket better be really careful, because they play such exceptional Rocket League. And of course, real pity that they had to fall down. But they're going to absolutely bring the fire to that lower bracket. So, Dennis, I'm going to look forward to watching their run in that LB, because they played incredibly well.
Yeah, they have played really well. Of course, you can see the bracket right now on your screen. It is a live bracket. It is, real-time updated. So you can, of course, see Ascension Trinity being in game number 7. You can see Jaegers Esports just waiting for that match to conclude. But I think that's every match played in, of course, the first round. 2 matches in the winners bracket round. Of course, retirement home, winning with 4-1 against Gowana Academy. Magma Gaming just winning against Jaegers Esports, like we've just seen, with 4-3. And V2 Gaming against Ascension Trinity, currently 3-3 that series. And Domino Academy winning with 4-1 against Crystal Gaming to face Gowana Academy there in the loser bracket round 2. So a lot to play for. Of course, the winner of the Champions Division, they will be, getting 50 euros of the prize pool, with, of course, 16% of the Match Arena prize pool as well. So a lot to play for. And of course, top 2, if you make the grand final, you will be going towards the Vortex Division, the top division of the ECC next season. So everything to play for. But I think we're just going into a little break until we can get ready for the next round of the Champions Division playoffs. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be with you very shortly.